One of my clients came to me needing some help. They wanted some taxability analysis done on a big area of their spend. They're in a space where they buy a lot of diagnostic supplies and in lab services. And they had heard from somebody else that there are some exemptions out there for lab supplies, diagnostic kits, reagents, things like that in that lab space. And they wanted to investigate that further. So in talking about that, I said, well, why don't we see if we can find a way to essentially pay for this research so it's not coming out of your budget, so to speak. So we talked more about doing a refund review, looking at other aspects of their spend for their headquarter location in this case, to see if we can find some opportunities around that would present itself for a refund. And we're specifically looking on the IT side, the software and all of the different forms and formats that software is delivered, along with the maintenance contracts. And in doing so, we got into the vendors, we started looking at invoices and looking at the spend. And at the end of the day, we ended up finding about $130,000 of sales tax refunds that we then worked with the client, but also their vendors, those software vendors, to get the refunds of the tax, either in credit memos or actual refunds, that they could then deploy those funds to use in other strategic ways. But at the same time, net, it absolutely offset the cost of the research that we needed to do for them on the lab supplies in all of the states that they needed us to look at. So the tax expertise that we were able to bring gave them clarity into their lab spend and what exemptions might be available to them. But at the same time, we ended up paying for ourselves in doing that research just by doing the refund review.